Baby beard.
Thanks.
All right, well, that was a bad suggestion.
Shut up and take my podcast.
Ooh, smooth.
I love the sexy slither of a female snake. That's
Oh,
Simpsons,
yeah.
so that's the wrong.
It is The Simpsons.
Hi, everyone, to Shut Up and Take My Podcast. I'm Sean. I'm joined here by Chris.
Hello.
And James.
Hello.
I swapped it around
I
that
know,
time.
and I was
did
like,
the opposite. Make
I'm
sure you're
not
on your
I
toes.
saw James I saw you flinch. at
Yes,
not
I was
being
like, what have you done?
Yes, this is episode 4, guys. Loves, Labours, Lost in Space. 2 references in one title. What are those references?
Romeo and Juliet and Lost in Space. Love, Labour's Lost. Sorry, Shakespeare.
It's in the
What am
fucking
I-
title.
Yeah, it's in the title. What am I saying?
Director.
What am I doing?
Director Brian Sheasley. He's done the second most amount of episodes he's directed, so that's like 10 or 9, depending on whether they co-directed or directed.
right.
But Brian Kelly, who on the opposite side of the spectrum, this is the only time he ever writes for an episode.
Really?
But he's a current Simpsons writer, so he's doing work. Good for him.
Is he like a current Simpsons writer, or
yeah, current.
like a previous, or like?
The last episode he wrote was in March of this year.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
but how early did he start? Do we know?
Oh, in Simpsons?
Yeah.
Past couple of years, I think.
Oh, so just the past few years for now.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So, he
So
was
he would have been a pretty young writer for this episode then.
I would say so, unless maybe he's like 83. We don't know. Air date April 13th, 1999, and introducing some amazing characters.
Yeah.
My favorite Futurama character of all time, Mr. Zap Brannigan.
Zap Brannigan.
Who just needs to be paired with Kif Kroker
Yep.
all the time,
Yeah.
forever.
Yep.
The Nimbus as a ship, obviously, and Nibbler. Not technically his debut because we see the silhouette of Nibbler in the pilot.
Yeah.
but the debut of the character in universe.
Yes, definitely.
Plot, please.
Leela tries to go on a date. It doesn't go well. So she's feeling a bit, I guess, like lonely or rejected, really. Because everyone else is getting with people. Hell, even Fry.
Fry scores.
Fry
picks up.
Which
Yeah.
is good for that reason because it makes Leela seem more pathetic. So
Zoidberg picks up.
yeah, she picks up a lobster. Okay, basically everyone picks up except Leela. So she's feeling a bit rejected. So when we find out there's little animals that are going to die on a planet, she kind of takes her focus onto that and thinks, okay, I'm going to save that, try and maybe
Put her attention onto that.
Yeah, I'll forget about men for a while. And on her way there, she meets Zap Brannigan, sleeps with him.
Yep.
And just to get onto the planet. I guess that's the story.
Pretty much in a nutshell.
Nibbler eats a whole bunch of animals, poops out star fuel,
And they
they
go
fly
home.
away. Yeah.
yeah, and we'll delve into that.
Yeah.
Also, introduction of dark matter.
Yep.
In the sense that at this point, and especially in science fiction in general, dark matter can be whatever the hell you want it to be, because especially at that point, no one knew what the hell it was. It's like
You didn't
try
even
and dispute it.
You didn't
Yeah.
even know how to pronounce it.
I know.
Dark
It's like it's fuel. It's like, are you sure?
Sure.
Dispute it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Tell me what it does.
In 3,000 years, it could be anything.
Exactly. What do we think?
It's a great episode.
So good, so entertaining. I was laughing all the way through it, basically. I mean, I've seen it so many times, but it's still so funny.
I'm playing my hand early here, but this is one of, from memory, my favorite episodes of Futurama, hands down.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely up there.
I just adore this episode, and the laughs per minute ratio are just off the charts. I'm laughing all the way through. It's funny. This is the first time where I'm happy to spend more time with characters that aren't our already established main characters.
Yeah.
Every time we've got Zap and Kif
yeah,
in a room together, it's just brilliant. And
constantly good.
Kif hardly talks.
Yeah,
Just the
it's
emotions.
his reactionary
Yeah.
is like he's paired with someone who he utterly despises. It works so well.
And, blatant Star Trek
yeah.
homage.
That's what I
Although
love so much. Like even down to the uniform. The uniform is referencing Next Gen, where basically on occasional episodes on some of the dress uniforms are literally dresses. Patrick Stewart would wear dresses.
Really?
And these are like costumes you do not see a lot, but they were in the first maybe 3-4 seasons a few times, but enough to be memorable.
Right.
And then they phased them out slowly because people weren't loving them so much.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were there and they picked up on it and be like, okay, everyone's going to wear a dress.
Yeah.
And also the description of how they wanted Zap Brannigan to be created as a character is phenomenal. It's what if William Shatner was the captain of the Enterprise, not Kirk. What if William Shatner ran the Enterprise?
Yeah.
That's what Zach Brannigan is.
Right, that's cool.
Nice.
I like that.
That's
That's a very succinct kind of breakdown of who. Yeah.
Oh, we get the probably one of the most prominent, well-known voice actors of all time in this episode, which is Frank Welker, who has done people like Abu from Aladdin, Megatron from the original series, Scooby-Doo. Basically, any character, because he does Nibbler. He does Nibbler as both the voiced, hello, and the like both versions of Nibbler. Basically, anytime there's a character that requires like just animals or like very weird,
Non-human sounding.
Usually they'll get Frank in.
Okay.
His filmography is just off the charts.
Yeah, well, I see that a lot with people who do voice acting. It's a very tight community.
Yeah.
People who do certain things kind of do everything.
Yeah.
What do we think, guys?
That's a great episode. Again, I'll say it, we now focus on Leela, the third of the triumvirate. We've had our focus on Fry.
Yeah.
We understand his feelings about the world he's in now. We've had an episode about Bender. We understand his relationship to humans and how robots are. Now we've got one about Leela.
But I like
and how
they're
she's
taking
isolated and lonely.
Yeah, but I like how they're taking the time to actually not just focus on maybe Fry and Bender. They're actually going into Leela, and like later on we'll go into other characters, but they're actually like being like, okay, we should probably understand everyone in the group because it's going to be beneficial to you, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Storytelling as a whole.
And what I really appreciate is, and you mentioned this in the initial episode, how Leela is a deconstructor of a sexy female eye candy type role. They revert her back to that momentarily, to the kind of naive woman who looks up to the dominant dashing hero. Leela just physically, vocally just reverts back to the kind of gushing female woman, and then we let her progress from that. It's just nice to see them pull that back and then veer it back up together.
We get to see a character justifiably why Leela is so enamored by Brannigan. She's heard about his war stories. He's decorated by Dupe.
Democratic Order of Planets.
Yeah. So that's great. And then we have her break away from that, and her own character comes through again. It's really good. It's good writing.
The other thing about Zach Brannigan that I thought was worth mentioning is that it wasn't originally going to be voiced by Billy West.
Who was it going to be by?
Phil Hartman, who, if you don't remember Phil Hartman, he was the voice of Lionel Hutz and Troy McClure. He landed the role of Brannigan and passed away. Sorry, not passed away. He was shot by his partner at the time. Who then committed suicide. So very sad story. But no, they were going to have Phil Hartman be that character, and then obviously he passed away and they couldn't. Seems that's when Billy West stood in. The great thing about it is that Billy West, Billy West auditioned for Zap as well, but the voice that he auditioned with is the same voice he ended up using. So he didn't try to emulate Phil. He didn't try to emulate what he'd done. They just allowed Billy to do it the way that Billy wanted. Yeah, which is the right way to do it.
I mean, you can see it in that first episode kind of response. His quick is very it's very similar to the Lionel Hutzy kind of performative.
Even tonally their voices are kind of on the same playing field. I mean, they're not alike, but you can kind of see inklings of each other in it.
Look, it is amazing how much Billy West talks to himself in this series. He's all over the place. He's everywhere. You keep hearing him. You're like, are you just talking to yourself in the booth? I swear sometimes there's 3 characters that'll be all Billy West.
He's the only one who does that.
No, John DiMaggio voices.
No, I mean Billy West, I think from memory, it's Billy West, does it all in one take.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, he's been doing it for decades now, man.
He doesn't do multi-takes. If he's got characters in the same scene that he's voicing, he'll swap from one to the other.
Oh, the Seth MacFarlane thing.
Yeah. So
jeez,
Billy West doesn't, as far as I'm aware, I believe I read this somewhere, does swap. Doesn't use multi-tracks.
They don't stop recording in between.
They don't stop recording.
Jeez.
Yeah, so when he's talking to himself, he's talking to himself
in real time.
In booth. Yeah.
That's okay.
It's really incredible.
Good on him.
True performative strength.
Well, I mean, you think about I've seen diverging slightly, but Seth MacFarlane, he does that in scenes where there's Peter, Stewie, and Brian. Yeah. Which is all voiced by him.
The creators of South Park do that as well.
Yeah. I don't understand. Okay, sure. Why not?
Credit to Billy. Seth and South Park creators are owners and creators of those characters. Billy's just the voice actor. Yeah. Like I say, just the voice actor. But he's not a creative partner.
He has no pull in that setting to be able to just be like, come on, do this.
Exactly. So
you've got the trust of the creators.
True kind of voice acting talent right there.
I just want to say, like, a lot of stuff from the start, like when they're at the bar, I do like. I guess, like, playing on popular culture and how basically we like things that were out of fashion because they are not in fashion anymore.
The kind of hipster kind of.
Yeah, like
we're heading back to the 90s right now. I'm seeing more 90s
it's
fashion
like
crop
it's
up.
the way culture. It's like we like stuff because it's uncool, and that's what makes it cool. And I love how that's still the same in the future.
Exactly.
It's like, you say it's uncool? Yeah. Cool. I'm like, so good. Other things like, I believe it was Amy talking to Lita about men. So you kind of turn all men down. It's like quotes.
If he's a jerk.
I remember the last one was like, even if he's got like a extremely violent temper.
I think that's
that was Fry.
That's
Fry.
Fry.
Yeah, it's like even if explosively violent temper.
That's kind of still true. It's like you can't just go for a man just because he's there.
Because Amy says later, like, and then it turns out he has a rock and bod.
Oh,
whatever
yeah,
it is.
that's true.
Yeah, he might be a jerk, but and then you find out later he's got a rock and bod.
Go Amy.
But yeah, like it's great. Like neither of them, all of the characters are kind of judged for their, like both groups judge each other for like how they pick up and how they like deal with the opposite sex, and neither is neither walks away from the episode in a lesser way. Amy and Fry don't get like their comeuppance for like sleeping around, and Leela doesn't get her comeuppance for being a prude. She's not punished for it. She's just like,
she shouldn't be.
No, and that's exactly right. It's like, it's good.
It just is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just part of their character.
Yeah.
And their choices as a character, and then they're just allowed to, because there's a lot of irredeemable qualities about a lot of these characters.
Yeah, for sure.
In the amount of violence that Bender threatens towards the other members of the crew, and we still root for him as a protagonist.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that like Fry is basically an absolute loser, and he's hopeless with women all out through his life, basically, and he somehow managed to still pick up someone. How?
I love it. Fry's with 21st century girl.
Yeah.
Zoidberg's with lobster. And Amy's with
Energy
M5438.
Yeah, an energy being, which is probably another
Billy
reference to
West
Star Trek.
again.
Yeah.
Billy West is
Billy
going,
West.
hey, I hope you evolve.
I want to hear that direction. It's like, can you sound like an energy being? You don't have a voice. How you going, guys?
I loved Gaydar.
Oh, the Gaydar. That was very good.
I also love that it changes per episode. What the hell is inside Bender at any given episode?
It's great.
Like he had like the memory bank from
Yeah.
last week's episode. It was like, I have a lot of memories of that apartment, and now they're gone. Brings out a Gaydar. He recycles his beer down there.
It's just whatever's
Whatever's convenient
I
for the
love
plot.
it.
Yeah.
I love
and
it.
it's just not addressed.
Yeah. But like, it's like, I think he's from a planet that likes musical theater. So good. So funny. I just want to say like about Nibbler. He's introduced and basically he's like an eating machine.
Yeah.
Now he's from a species that's super sentient and they basically like overwatch over the entire universe.
Yeah.
Essentially, yes.
And make sure everything's perfectly right. How is that species not consuming everything in that universe?
Maybe it's a front.
It's weird though. It's like they're protecting them from the brains. The brains are like they consume all knowledge for the universe.
Yeah.
Yet Nibbler's species are a species that would seemingly consume everything they see. Yet they're a contradiction.
I don't know. Maybe they're able to eat. Maybe they're able to like farm animals.
Yeah.
Maybe.
At
I
a
think
hyper rate.
it's just not going to be a raisin that you're going to understand.
Yeah, it's not a raisin that you'll understand.
You looked at me. I gave you a Futurama reference, man.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But I was like, did he just mess up on purpose or by accident?
Who's your favorite character in this episode?
In this episode,
Yeah.
Zap Brannigan.
Zap's the funniest. Kif's there for good support, so they're kind of like a team.
They are.
They're a great team.
Yeah,
And
I love me some Kif.
when they're by themselves, they're not as great. But together, perfect.
I think the thing is, I think Zap can work better by. It's hard because it depends whether you're including Kif's. Like when does Kif get a solo adventure that doesn't include Zap or later Amy?
Kif gets one where he becomes pregnant,
But that's tied to Amy still.
yeah.
Yeah. Kif is not a solo character.
No. But neither is Zap. Like
he's
Zap's
tied to Layla.
He's tied to
They're
Layla.
tied together. Yeah.
But I think I love Kif's one-liners when he's not with Zap. When he's
jackass will
the
see you
jackass
now.
will see you now.
He's so honest.
Yeah, and
but
so
like,
dry.
He knows
Yeah.
it will never get up to him. Like no one actually likes him as in command.
Who are you talking to, sir? You. Aren't you
Have
getting
the
this
boy
down?
get lay my dress out. Who's the boy?
The boy.
You.
You, Kif. You lay out my formal shorts. Champagne.
Champagne is a
Champagne.
line that's just ingrained.
It's
If I see
incredible.
champagne, I will call it champagne.
Yeah. It's
Thank
one
you,
of those.
Futurama, for
Yeah,
that.
it's
I
one of
also
those
would have
good ones.
accepted champagne.
Champagne. Is it too erotic for you?
What? Erotic.
I made it with the women.
I've made it with a woman.
Inform the men.
It's like, are you sure she's a woman this time? There are so many great jokes in through this, or like physical gags where it's like Fry runs out the ship from the cargo bay. He runs out the ship door.
And
So,
falls
for
into the
falls-
for
planet.
this logic to work,
It
he was
doesn't
in the cargo bay.
Yeah.
But then when it cuts out, he's coming from at least a second story. So
Yeah.
he's instead of just going out the cargo bay door
He's in
to
the
where the
cockpit,
land was,
basically.
he went up to the ship, found a window, jumped out.
It may have been a cutscene, I suspect.
Maybe, but it's still pretty
It's funny.
because it's just like, what is he doing? And
What was
especially
the
'cause-
end game?
I don't know, because it's like the planet's gonna collapse.
Yeah.
and he runs onto the planet.
Yeah. I really enjoy Fry and Bender when they're trapped in the prison.
Oh, that's
yeah.
a good one.
Bend this steam pipe. No, it's full of steam.
And my
It's
other
fantastic.
favorite bit was a Zoidberg, a physical gag, which is Zoidberg trying to pick up
No,
his alcohol.
his drink. Yeah.
Or like just
with his
that
claw.
beauty shot when he locks eyes with the lobster.
The soft focus.
It
Yeah.
begins to nod and smile. What do we think of the episode comparing to the previous?
to
If
the
I'm
previous
comparing,
ones.
I'm just gonna. I played my hand earlier. I would put Love's Labour's Lost in Space.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
above.
This is. I mean, I do love I Roommate, but this
I
is
just really
this is gonna be
thoroughly enjoyed
for
this
like
episode.
for solid laughs, just consistency and like.
To me, it's the way I remember Futurama.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
that kind of episode and structure, and just from start to finish, my engagement with it.
I actually really like Leela as a protagonist as well. I think she's
Yeah.
really, really funny when she's paired with people that are when she's trying to control the situation and can't. It's just
Yeah.
great.
Like, and an episode I really enjoy much later on is when she finds the other one-eyed man. And that's another Leela
That's
Simpson
right.
episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant episode.
Or the
Yeah.
one where she's paired with Zap and they're crashed on a planet
Ah,
when it's on. And they're on
I
there,
hate that
and they're
episode.
basically. You hate that?
I hate that episode. We'll get to that episode
Okay, we'll
later.
get into it eventually. But
But so our feelings was this one's the stronger one?
yeah, Love's
I-
Labour's
yeah.
Lost in Space.
I agree.
just for all the little things, from like just being at the bar and all there's so much like commentary on like the social, good social commentary is, I guess, what makes an episode. You can have as much laughs as you want,
Yeah.
but if you just talk about, I don't know, our culture and our society, packs it in a little bit more.
Have we
fills it
done our
out.
favorite moment? I'll do my favorite moment. It's
All right.
still making me laugh right now, and it has nothing to do with Zap Brannigan.
Okay.
It's so it's Professor Farnsworth talking about the animals.
The what?
Oh, those poor animals.
But what about the animals? I didn't say anything about animals. Like it's just like those poor. Like it's just frequent reversal from like sanity to
And it's like back and forth, back and forth. It's like, I didn't say anything about animals.
Those
Now you better
poor
go
a-
now before all those animals.
poor animals.
Just straight up Alzheimer's as well.
the robot being like, "This is Vergon 6. This is Vergon 6." Like his unnecessary repetition of stuff. It's so good. It's just such a funny scene.
I mean, like picking just a moment is very hard for me this episode.
I enjoy the scene between Leela and Zap in the bedroom.
that's a great
that
scene.
scene
That
is
is a
one of my
great
favorite
scene.
scenes just in general. Just like the use of a hover bed that still requires a cord
Yeah.
and just bumping
exactly.
shit over as it comes.
I like how, for some reason, okay, they had sex and then she went to sleep and then woke up and regret. She didn't.
And I was
She
thinking
didn't.
about this.
She didn't straight after be like, "What did I do?" Because normal like reaction would be like, "All right, I did this. I'm gonna go now."
The amount of times that happens in TV series, like I think about, man, so many people have sex and then forget that they had sex and wake up and then they're shocked.
Yeah, and she
They're not
wasn't
even drunk.
She wasn't drinking.
No, she didn't have any champagne.
I mean, maybe like we
Maybe
didn't
she
see. Maybe like they kind of got into it and then they were drinking the champagne as the night went on.
I think we assume, like he says good morning. I think like it's only been like 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
She passed out from shame.
Yeah.
Brannigan's love.
Like Brannigan's
I
not.
do like how Dupe, like he was talking about Dupe, how you can't go you can't go down the planet because that's Dupe's law.
Yeah, but Dupe
And then
went
it's
down
like,
there.
but Dupe, like Dupe's mining facility went there, and it's just like you understand the hypocrisy, right?
I really appreciate just reminding me of that scene. Men.
The wave after wave.
Yeah, when he's like, "Isn't that right, men?
You suck."
Just
And I'm also appreciating any Star Trek reference. Like
absolutely.
Brannigan's Law, Prime Directive.
Yep.
Yeah, I just love Star Trek so much.
The
Whenever
captain's
they
logs.
bring it up, I'm like loving it.
Yeah.
So
Captain's
it's
Law.
like, who's
Captain's
making
logs.
this? You are.
like-
and I love how he's on like basically a courtroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
a typewriter.
Yeah, it's a shorthand typewriter. Yeah.
Star date, whatever it was, like May 30th. May 30th. Point
two.
two.
Cool. I think that's the episode.
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's a really great episode. There's too much to talk about, like the JF Kennedy photo
Yeah.
or painting rather.
Painting. The photo of Zach Brannigan in his room, which is the JFK photo in the White House. Basically, every shot there, you are seeing some representation of Zach Brannigan, like the statue where he's holding up.
Yeah.
Thing like that. You just see Zap everywhere.
Yeah.
As if,
He loves
maybe
himself,
he really
man.
loves himself.
The velour.
I think I'll leave you
That's a
guys
great
off the
episode.
hook for a impersonation this episode because we've just been doing Zap the
Yeah, I
entire
think we
episode.
really have.
Oh come on! Now, who can we do?
Oh, fine. You know what? Just for a lighthearted bit of a romp, because I know we can do him. I want everyone to give a bit of M5438.
Oh, the being of pure energy.
Being a pure
How
energy.
does he sound again?
I hope you guys.
Oh,
It's nerdy. It's a nerdy guy from The Simpsons.
Yeah, yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm from another planet. I mean, another universe.
Dimension.
Maybe another dimension.
And
Maybe when you lose your spiritual body, you'll meet me again.
Chris, I'll give you Kif Croker.
Oh, you'll give me Kiff. The jackass wants to see you. Oh, how does he go?
have to go,
It's really hard.
The jackass. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
like you kind of quote these characters all the time in kind of like an impersonation, and then when you try and imitate it, it becomes
Yeah.
really difficult.
Like, usually it's just
It's an
imitations ends up being
approximation.
like a Bart version of Marge type
Yeah,
scenario.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because
Yeah.
I feel like the only person that I've found every time anyone ever quotes a voice from Futurama, the voice that everyone is comfortable with doing is Zap Brannigan.
Because it's kind
Yeah.
of heightened.
Yeah.
Everyone else is kind of low.
It's very easy to do.
And because half the voice is intonation.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
intonation.
exactly.
It's the Shatner thing.
Yeah.
Because when you do Shatner, kind of go like this. And
Yeah.
everyone knows straight away who
Exactly.
you are. Or Walken.
Yeah.
Similarly,
Walken.
Walken.
Shatner, and Brannigan.
Shatner. I just want to see a movie with Shatner and Walken, and it's just like a debate. The movie debate,
Shatner's
Pay money to
80.
see that movie.
the talk of the century.
Yeah.
All right, man. I reckon that's it.
Go see the episode if you haven't seen it.
And also, of course, as usual, email us for any reason whatsoever. Look, hey, send us an audio file of your impersonation of Kif
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love to hear
Put
it.
us to shame.
or Zap or hey Billy John. If any of you guys are listening, like if you're listening, like maybe do a proper Kif and say
Yeah.
Baby Beard Media.
And then somehow
That's
okay
the
with that with
dream.
Futurama.
That's the dream.
people, so that we can use it.
Yeah, just like Fox, give us like written Fox, email us at Baby Beard Media.
Comedy Central.
Now it's Comedy Central, isn't it? Yeah.
Comedy Central, send us this, and there's like they just send us a lawsuit.
Cease and desist.
It's like, oh damn.
So send us your cease and desist letters to babybeardmedia@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Next week, Fear of a Bot Planet. Until then, I am Sean.
I've been James.
I've been Chris.
Hope you have wave after wave of men thrown your way tonight.
Oh, hell yeah. That's the dream. Bye, guys. See you. Gotta warm up my hands for the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Gotta do those hand warm-ups
Hand warm-ups.
for that audio medium.
Time is on. Well,
That's helpful when the phone flips down. Just
Time
guess
is
the
off.
time.
Being creative is hard. Hard work.
we should do a podcast where I scream for 20 minutes.
And then we go on the stock market.
That's right. And sell it.
What podcast is on the stock market?
None of them. Because that's a stupid idea.
The first.
Hey, if you've got any Futurama fan fiction, send it our way and we'll do a dramatic reading of it.
We will. Either do like Futurama fan fiction or incorporate us into the Futurama fan
that'd be
fiction.
good.
Man, we really need to hope our listener is multi-talented. Like, can create
We
songs.
only have one
create. Do we all have neck problems?
Yep.
Or is it just me?
I got everything problems.
Got money problems.
5 minutes.
Life problems.
No, but seriously, wave after wave of men.